Good morning, grade 4. How are you? Our lesson is about rounding. Use place value to round. Now, what does rounding mean? Actually, rounding is making a number simpler, okay? It's simpler, but and easier to be in calculations, but keeping its value close to what it was, to the basic number, okay? So why do you think I round a number? Actually, because I want to make my calculations easier. When I add, when I subtract, I want to deal easier with the number that I have. Now, let's go and understand the steps of rounding, okay? Now, here it's nice, they actually wrote it as a rounding poem, okay? They say, find your place. It means the number that you want to round it. How they mention it, they actually tell you, okay, about the place value of this number and then circle it or put a square around it. Look next door, it means the number to its right, okay? The number to its right. Then underline it. So, put a circle or put a square around my number that I want to round it and underline the number that next to it, to the right of it, okay? 5 or greater, add one more. Now, if the number to the right is 5 or more than 5, you will add 1 to my basic number or the number I want to round. All digits in front stay the same. Here in front they mean the digits to the left. All of the digits that's before or to the left of my number that I want to round it, okay, the rounded number, I will keep it as it. I don't change it. And all digits behind or all the digits to the left, to the right, or all the digits that comes after the rounded digit actually zeros your name. I will keep it or I will put instead of all of them 0, even the underlined number, okay? So again, the number itself, I circle it or put a square around it. I look to the number to the right of it, underline it. Then I ask myself, is this number more than 5 or equal to 5? Or less than 5. If it's 5 or more, actually I add 1 to my round, to the number I want to round. I add 1. So what happened to all of the numbers to the right of my rounded number? Actually I make it 0. What happened to all of the numbers that to the left of my number? I don't touch it, I leave it as it. Look at my example here. They ask us to round to the nearest 10. So actually my place value is the tens. I ask myself, where is the tens? I have 63 and I have 520 and 65 and 524 and 528. As you can see, the shaded area to the left. Now, so since they're asking me to round to the nearest 10, so I put a circle or I put a square around the tens in tens place, which is here, it's 6, right? So since it's 6 means I will underline the number which is next to it. Here I will underline this number next to it to the right, okay? Now I underline it, then I ask myself, is 3 more than 5 or equal to 5 or less than 5? Since it's less than 5, so it cannot help the 6 to be more, okay? So what will happen actually, I will keep 6 as it, as you can notice here, and I will make all of the numbers to the right of the 6 is 0. And all of the numbers to the left of 6, if there are numbers, I keep them as they are, okay? Now let's go to 65. Now in 65, I will do the same. Square 6, since it's the question which asks me to round is actually about the tens, so I will put it in square or circle it and underline the number which is next to it, to the right of it, of course, which is 5. 5 actually it can help 6 to be more, okay? So I will look, instead of 5 I will put 0, as you can notice here, and 5 will give 6 1, so actually as you notice my 6 will be 7 here, okay, will be 7. Now look at 524. Now first of all I circle or I put square around the number that I want to round, which is 2 here. Now all of the numbers to its left, to the left of 2, I will not touch it, I will keep it. You can notice here 5, I keep it 5, but I underline the number to the right of 2. I underline it, then I ask myself, is 4 equal or more than 5, or is it less than 5? Since it's 4, since 4 is less than 5, so actually, sorry, it cannot help to 2 will stay as it, and instead of 4 and all of the numbers to the right, I will put 0, as you can notice here. Now, but when actually instead of 4, I have 8 here, okay, you can notice that 8 is more than 5. So actually 8 will be 0, okay, but it will give to 1, so it will be 530. 530. So you can notice that 528 is rounded into 530. Now, dealing with 530, like adding it or subtracting it, it's much easier than dealing with 528. But you can notice that the answer will not be so accurate, okay? It will not be perfect or correctly, because actually 28 is not the same as 30, but 30 is the closest number to 28, okay? Now I want you to look at the, here, at the numbers besides the, now look here, what do they ask us to round? They ask us to round to the nearest 100. This is why I circled or squared the 4, the hundreds, the place, hundreds place here and here and here. So I round the hundreds, or I want to round the hundreds place. So I underline the number to the right of it and look again, is it more than 5 and equal or less than 5? It's 3 and 3 is less than 5. So what do? I actually cannot help 4 and give it any number, so I will put 4 as it, but don't forget that all of the numbers to the right of it, including the underlined number, will be all 0, okay? While when you want to when the number to the right of 4 is 6, as you can notice here, so 6 is more than 5, so actually it can give 1 to the 4 and 4 become 5, as you can notice here, and all of the numbers to the right of 4 will become 0. Now, what about if they ask us again to the round to the nearest 100, but I have 7,328. Do I have to change anything in 7 since it's to the left, or it's more than the rounded, it's in the thousands place? No, miss, I don't touch it. I leave it or keep it as it, okay? So I will put here 7 as it, as you can notice. Then I circled or squared 3 and underlined the number to its right. 2 is less than 5, so it cannot help 3 in any way. So 3 we will keep it as 3, and instead of all of the numbers to the right of 3, there will be zeros. Now, when I put instead of 2, 5, as you can notice here, and actually 5, it's rounded, you can round the number up if you have 5. So actually it gives the 3 1, and it's converted two into zeros, the 5 and the 6. So 7,356 will be 7,400. I rounded it to the nearest hundred, and it's very important to notice that. So as you can notice here, let's repeat the steps again. Okay, if you didn't understand in that slide, you will understand it. Inshallah, you will understand it here. Round 12,433 to the nearest hundred. Since they say to the nearest hundred, so what do you think? What is the number that I have to round? Is the 100. Where is the 100? It's, here. It's 4. So what do I do to 4? I circle 4, okay? I will use the pen from here. Okay, I circle 4. I want you to remember the steps as they are. Okay, and I underline the number to the right of 4, which is here 3. Not to miss, not to the left. Okay, what will happen to the number to the left? Actually, all of the numbers to the left, I keep them as they are. Okay, while the number to the right of 4, is it more and equal to 5 or less than 5? Actually, it's less than 5. So it cannot help 4 and give it 1. But instead of 3 and 3, all of the numbers to the right of the 4, because it's in the 100 place, all of the numbers to its right will be zeros. And 4, we will not change it. Okay? No one could help 4. Okay? Now, when I round 8,765 up to 19,000, from 18,000 to 19,000, what do you think, Miss? What was my number that or the digit that I want to round it? What was my digits? Since, look, you will think, since 8 has been changed into 9, okay, since I changed 8 into 9, so actually the circled number that I want to change it is 8. And since I want to change 8 or round 8, which is in the what? In the thousands place exactly. So I will underline the number to its right, which is here 7. Then I will ask myself, since 7 is more than 5, so actually it will give 81, and I will round it up into 19, and all of the numbers to the right of the 9 will be zeros. As you can notice, 765 will be 0, 0, 0, but 1, which is to the left of 9, I will keep it as it. What about this number? Since all of these numbers actually turned into 0, so the number that I want to round is this. Because the number I want to round is the only number you will see it that will be changed, or I will keep it. And of course the zeros, all of the numbers to its right will be 0. Now then I underline the 3. Then I ask myself, is 3 more than or equal to 5 or less than 5? It's less. So 3, it cannot help 4, and I will put, instead of all of the numbers to the right of 4, I will put 0. Okay? Now I can round using the number line. And you remember what's number line. Actually, at the beginning of the lesson, we are talking about the number line. And now, actually, number line is the number that has lines, the integers, or let's say the numbers on it. Now, numbers are actually ordered in the number line, that as you are going to the right, then like this, from here, from left to right, actually the number increases, okay? And as you are going to the left, numbers are decreasing, okay? So numbers to the right are increasing and numbers to the left are decreasing. Now, if you can notice here, they want us actually to try to round, look, the